After his unfruitful March 23rd visit to Cielo Drive, and frustrated by his inability to connect with Terry Melcher, Charlie contacted all of the industry insiders he knew. He asked Bobby to talk to Frank Zappa, who demurred. Gypsy contacted Paul Rothschild, producer for The Doors, who agreed to listen to Manson's demo tapes and then politely declined. On April 1st, 17-year-old Barbara Hoyt was hitchhiking in Canoga Park. The teen got picked up in a VW van driven by Dee Dee and Stephanie, and the three drove to the Gresham Street house. Barbara had run away from home. She explained, "I got in a fight with my dad. I don't even remember what it was about, and stomped off. I was picked up by two of the girls. One was Deidre Shaw, Angela Lansbury's daughter. I met Charlie that first night. They had dinner, and everybody sat on the floor. We passed around casseroles and salads. After the meal, the group shared a couple of joints. Then Charlie got out his guitar." The following day, Manson took Barbara for a motorcycle ride, and we went for donuts. He was very nice. Then she learned about Helter Skelter. Sadie was the one who told me about it. She told me Helter Skelter was coming. She said the blacks were going to rise against the whites, but the family would escape it. They were building dune buggies with fur seats and gun mounts. They were making clothes out of hides. I thought, wow, it's like camping. Hoyt didn't really believe the story about a race war, but escaping into the desert on dune buggies sounded like a hoot. On April 2nd, the 17-year-old teen from Reseda went to the police with her claims of rape. The police questioned C. Smith, but she declined to press charges. They filed the information away, however, as more and more credible concerns were raised about Manson and his group. On the 5th of April, Steve Grogan was arrested for prowling and grand theft of money. This author was unable to ascertain where the arrest occurred, but it doesn't appear that there were any consequences of such action. Additionally, I found one citation of an April 1969 arrest of Leslie Van Houten on grand theft auto, but was unable to find details. Auto theft had become an escalating part of family life. Charlie's obsession with Death Valley and Helter Skelter created the need for transportation of a large caravan of people when the shit went down. In a letter Mary later wrote Squeaky, she recalled, "When I think of the dune buggies, I think of Tex, because he got me to love motors, especially those running smoothly and really quietly. I think of us sitting out at the dump beyond the corral, getting hot and sweaty and dusty, cleaning parts and bleeding brakes, making perfection. He'd screw and unscrew, wrench and plier, to get the engines as near silent as he could." That April, Ella and Sadie were on the Sunset Strip when they met Charles Pierce, a.k.a. Sunshine, a surfer. Pierce accompanied the women back to Spawn Ranch, where he proceeded to give up everything: money, driver's license, and a silver 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner. Charlie gave the Roadrunner to Randy Starr after one night of joyriding got him, Ella, and Brenda arrested. In The Family, Ed Saunders wrote, "Sunshine Pierce said that one of Manson's dune buggy fantasies was to kidnap schoolgirls after they got off their school bus in rural areas. They would scout out the area to see where the girls got off the bus, and then snatch them up and take them to the desert hideaway." On April 9th, Dale Butler of Butler's Buggy Shop in Chatsworth purchased a Volkswagen Beetle from Patricia Joan Baldwin. He later realized that the VW had been stolen from his own storage yard and called police to file a complaint. Baldwin, aka Madeline Cottage, listed the Gresham Street address on her paperwork with the Buggy Shop, and police verified her connection to parolee Charles Manson. But they did not arrest him, although this was the initial complaint that eventually led to a major raid at Spawn Ranch that summer. Baldwin was a new gal, a friend of Bill Van Sickle. Nicknamed Little Patty, she was a tough East Coast girl with cropped dark hair and what someone described as a cookie dough complexion, recalled Squeaky. Once, Frome wrote, as we were about to pass in the hallway, she approached me with that smile and spoke to me with that voice, and before I understood her intention, she pressed herself into me, tenderly kissing my mouth. Squeaky pleasantly but firmly declined little Patty's advances and, in her recent memoir, denied that homosexuality was a significant part of the family's sexual gymnastics. In his memoir, Will You Die For Me?, Tex claimed that we've got it wrong about the group sex. The orgies were never more than 8 or 12 of us, because the women were too busy to participate most of the time, and you had to have more women than men to make it pleasurable. He also claimed he never witnessed any homosexuality. In fact, he wrote, Charlie preached against it.